The meal cost her nothing but her lunch break, but it gave him a future worth everything. Destiny Williams, 28 years old and already running her grandmother's catering company, saw the homeless man outside her building every morning for 3 weeks. He was young, maybe 25, with tired eyes, and a daughter no older than 4 clutching his hand. One February morning, she stopped. She handed him a container of food, still warm from the kitchen. He looked at her like no one had seen him in years, because no one had. That was the beginning. For 4 months, Destiny brought him meals, talked to him, learned his name was Marcus, learned his daughter was Zara, learned he had lost everything but never lost hope. Then one day, Marcus found work in another city. He had to leave. Standing outside that building for the last time, he made a promise that sounded impossible. "I will come back for you when I can give you the life you deserve." Destiny laughed softly, touched his face, and said she would hold him to it. 8 years disappeared. Marcus built an empire from nothing: construction, real estate, development. Net worth climbed past 40 million, but every success felt hollow. He never stopped searching for her. Tonight, at a business dinner in Atlanta, Marcus would walk into a room and see a woman across the floor. Destiny Williams, still wearing the same simple gold chain she wore 8 years ago. Neither knew they were seconds away from everything changing. Marcus Calloway woke at 5:30 in a penthouse suite overlooking downtown Atlanta. The sunrise painted the skyline gold and orange. He did not notice. He never did. His phone buzzed with notifications. 3 emails from his CFO, 2 from his legal team, 1 from his assistant confirming the evening's dinner. He ignored them all. Instead, he walked to his closet. 40 suits hung in perfect order. Italian leather shoes lined the floor. He grabbed clothes without looking. The apartment was silent, spotless, empty. No photographs on the walls, no personal touches anywhere. It looked like a magazine spread. It felt like a prison. Marcus moved to his home office, unlocked the top drawer of his desk. Inside sat a small velvet pouch. He opened it carefully, pulled out a folded napkin, edges worn soft from years of handling. Written in faded ink were 2 words: "Keep going." Destiny had written that 8 years ago, handed it to him on his last day in Atlanta. He touched the paper gently, like it might crumble. This was the only thing that mattered. His phone buzzed again. Board meeting at 9. The Henderson acquisition closed. 18 million. Marcus texted back 1 word. Good. 18 million. He felt nothing. The board meeting dragged. Congratulations echoed around the conference table. Handshakes, applause. Marcus smiled, said the right things, played his part. Inside, emptiness. His business partner Damon pulled him aside afterward. "You good, man? You seem somewhere else." "I am fine. You've been saying that for years. Ever since you started buying up property in Southwest Atlanta." Marcus said nothing. "Why that area specifically? There is no immediate profit. Plenty of better investments." "I have my reasons." Damon studied him. "This is about that woman, is it not? The one you have been looking for." Marcus' jaw tightened. "Drop it. Maybe she moved on. Maybe she does not want to be found." I said drop it. Damon held up his hands. "Just saying, do not let the past consume your present. Too late. It already had." Marcus sat alone in his office that afternoon, computer screen glowing. He opened a folder he had looked at hundreds of times. 8 years, 4 private investigators, nearly $500,000 spent. Nothing. The last report stared back at him. All leads exhausted. Destiny Williams is a common name. The catering company closed in 2019. No forwarding information available. He pulled up a map of Atlanta. 14 red pins marked his properties, all within 3 miles of where her grandmother's building used to stand. If Destiny was still in Atlanta, she would be in that community, helping people. That was who she was. So Marcus had bought buildings, developed affordable housing, created business incubators, anything to have a reason to be there, hoping, waiting. His phone buzzed. Reminder. Business dinner tonight. 7 p.m. The Langston Hotel. Marcus usually sent representatives to these things, but something made him type back, "I will attend personally." He did not know why. Just a feeling. The memories came unbidden. They always did. 8 years ago. February, Atlanta. Marcus had been 25. Zara was 4. Her mother had left them both 6 months earlier. Just walked out one night and never came back. Marcus tried to hold everything together. Worked 2 jobs. Paid for childcare with money he did not have. Then he lost one job, then the other. The eviction notice came 30 days later. They ended up in a shelter. Then the shelter ran out of space. For 3 weeks, Marcus and Zara lived in his car. When the car got repossessed, they had nothing. They slept in doorways, ate from trash cans. Zara stopped talking, just held his hand and stared with eyes too old for her face. Marcus found a spot outside a building in southwest Atlanta, a catering company. The dumpsters had food sometimes. He sat there every morning, Zara beside him, trying to figure out how to survive another day. People walked past, looked away, pretended they did not see. Then one morning, a woman stopped. Destiny Williams was 28 years old. She had taken over her grandmother's catering company 2 years earlier when her grandmother's health declined. The company was small but growing. Destiny worked 18-hour days, barely slept, barely ate. But she always noticed the man outside. He had been there for 3 weeks. Young, maybe mid-20s, tired eyes, and a little girl who never let go of his hand. Destiny's grandmother had taught her something important. "Baby, we may not have much, but we always share what we got. Someone helped me once when I had nothing. You pass that forward." That February morning, Destiny grabbed an extra container from the kitchen, still warm. Jerk chicken, rice and peas, collard greens. She walked outside. The man looked up. His eyes were hollow. The little girl pressed closer to his side. Destiny crouched down to their level. "Hi, I am Destiny. You look like you could use a meal." The man stared at her, then at the food. His hands were shaking. "Take it. It is okay." He took the container, opened it. The smell of food hit him and tears started falling. He fed his daughter first, made sure she had enough before he touched anything. Destiny watched. Her heart broke and rebuilt itself in the same moment. "What is your name?" "Marcus." He barely got the word out. "And who is this beautiful girl?" "This is Zara. She is 4. "Hi, Zara. I am Destiny. Would you like some juice?" Zara looked at her father. Marcus nodded. Zara whispered, "Yes, please." Destiny went back inside. Came out with juice, crackers, fruit. She sat down on the cold concrete beside them. "Tell me what happened," Marcus told her. "Everything. The jobs lost, the apartment gone, the shelter full, the car repossessed, his wife disappearing. He had no family, no support, just him and his daughter and nowhere to go." Destiny listened without interrupting. When he finished, she said one thing. "Come back tomorrow. I will have food for you." Marcus looked at her like she had spoken another language. "You will. I promise." Marcus blinked. The memory faded. He looked at the clock on his office wall. 6:15. The dinner started at 7. Something told him tonight was different. He grabbed his jacket, touched the napkin in his pocket one more time. "I am coming, Destiny. I do not know if you will be there, but I am coming." What Marcus did not know. Destiny was catering that exact dinner, and she had been thinking about him every single day for 8 years. Marcus arrived at the Langston Hotel at 6:55. The ballroom was elegant. Crystal chandeliers, white tablecloths, maybe 200 people in formal attire. Marcus wore a charcoal suit, simple, expensive. His assistant had arranged his seat at a table near the front. He walked through the crowd, shaking hands, making small talk. Everyone wanted to meet Marcus Calloway, the construction king, the man who had built an empire from nothing. No one knew what nothing actually meant. No one knew he had once eaten from dumpsters, slept on concrete, watched his daughter go hungry. He kept those memories locked away, shared them with no one. The dinner proceeded, speeches, awards, a charity auction for youth programs. Marcus bid on several items, won them all, gave them away. Money meant nothing to him. It never had. Then the event coordinator took the stage. And now, we would like to thank our incredible catering team for this evening. Please join me in welcoming the owner of Legacy Catering, Ms. Destiny Williams. The world stopped. Marcus' grip on his water glass tightened so hard the crystal nearly cracked. A woman walked onto the stage. Early 30s, natural hair styled elegantly, simple gold chain around her neck, professional attire, radiant smile, destiny, his destiny. She was speaking, thanking the guests, explaining her company's mission to employ formerly incarcerated individuals and single mothers, creating pathways to stability through food service. Her voice was the same, warm, strong, full of conviction. Marcus could not move, could not breathe, could not process that after 8 years and $500,000 spent searching, she was standing 50 feet away. The speech ended. Applause filled the room. Destiny stepped off the stage, disappeared through a service door. Marcus stood so abruptly, his chair scraped against the floor. Several people turned to look. He did not care. He moved toward that door. His assistant intercepted him. "Mr. Calloway, the auction is about to close." "Later." "But sir," I said later. He pushed through the crowd, reached the service door, pushed it open, found himself in a commercial kitchen. Staff in white coats moved efficiently. Steam rose from pots. The smell of food filled the air. And there, in the center of the chaos, directing everything like a conductor, was Destiny Williams. Their eyes met across the kitchen. Time collapsed. Everything else disappeared. The noise, the movement, the heat, just the two of them, staring. Destiny's face went through 5 emotions in 2 seconds. Confusion, recognition, shock, disbelief, and then something softer, something that looked like hope. Marcus. Her voice was barely a whisper. Destiny. They stood frozen. 8 years of distance between them. 8 years of searching, hoping, wondering, and now nothing but 15 feet of kitchen floor. Destiny moved first, walked toward him slowly, like she was afraid he might disappear, like this might be a dream. Marcus met her halfway. They stood face to face, inches apart. Destiny reached up, touched his face. Her fingers were trembling. "You are real. I am real." Her tears started falling. "I looked for you. For years. I went to every construction site, called every Marcus Calloway I could find. I thought you had forgotten me." Marcus pulled her into his arms. "Forgot you. Destiny, I have spent 8 years trying to find you. You are the only thing I have been looking for." They held each other in the middle of that chaotic kitchen. Staff moved around them, pretended not to notice. Destiny pulled back, looked at him, really looked. "You did it. You built something. I built everything. But none of it meant anything without you." Her hands were still on his face. "I have so many questions. I have 8 years of answers. And Zara, where is Zara? She is 12 now, smart, beautiful. She asks about you. You told her about me. Every day, every single day." Destiny let out a sound that was half laugh, half sob. "I cannot believe this is happening. I promised I would come back." "You did." "I keep my promises." The kitchen staff had stopped working. Everyone was staring. But Marcus did not care. Neither did Destiny. "Do you have to stay here?" Destiny looked around. "The dinner is almost over. My team can handle cleanup. Then come with me." "Where? Anywhere. Everywhere. I do not care as long as you are there." She laughed through her tears. "That is the most romantic and impractical thing I have ever heard. I have 8 years of impractical to make up for." They left through the back entrance, walked out into the Atlanta night. The air was warm. Spring had just started. They walked for blocks without speaking, just being near each other. Finally, Destiny broke the silence. "Where do we even start?" "The beginning. Tell me everything. What happened after you left?" Marcus exhaled slowly. "We ended up in Charlotte. I found work on a construction site, day labor at first. The foreman noticed I was good with my hands, started teaching me things. Within a year, I was running a crew. 2 years, I had my own contractor license. 3 years, I bought my first building. Destiny stared at him. And now? Now I own 37 properties, commercial and residential. Employ 212 people. Net worth is around 47 million. She stopped walking. 47 million. Give or take. Marcus, that is incredible. It is just money. You made something from nothing. I had motivation. Every time I wanted to give up, I thought about you. About the woman who saw me when no one else did. His voice cracked. You wrote something on a napkin. Keep going. I still have it. You kept it. I carry it everywhere. Destiny covered her mouth with both hands, tears streaming. Why? Why did you keep that? Because it saved my life. When things got hard, when Zara was sick and I could not afford medicine, when I worked 20-hour days and still could not make rent, I would read those 2 words, and I would keep going. They stood on a street corner, cars passing, city noise all around, but it felt like they were the only 2 people in the world. What about you? Marcus asked. Tell me about these 8 years. Destiny wiped her eyes. Grandma passed in 2019. I almost lost the company, had to rebuild from scratch, changed the whole business model, started hiring people others would not hire, women leaving bad situations, people coming out of prison, anyone who needed a chance. The company barely survived for 2 years. Then slowly we started growing. And now we are one of the top catering companies in Atlanta, 30 employees. Most of them came from nothing, just like me, just like you. Marcus took her hands. You built something that matters. So did you. They built different things with the same foundation. The belief that people deserve second chances. They walked for 2 more hours, talking, laughing, crying, catching up on years of missed time. Finally, they stopped outside a modest apartment building. This is me, Destiny said. Marcus looked up at the building. It was old, needed repairs, but it was home. She was here all along, 3 miles from properties he owned. She had been here and he had not known. I want to see you again, Marcus said. Yes, tomorrow, the next day, every day. I have waited 8 years. I'm not losing you again. Neither am I. They stood at her door, the moment stretching. I should go in, Destiny said softly. I know. I should let you. Neither moved. Finally, Marcus stepped back. Tomorrow, I will pick you up at 7. Where are we going? Does it matter? No, it really does not. He watched her go inside, watched the light come on in a 3rd-floor window. Then he looked up at the stars. 8 years. He whispered. I found her. The napkin sat in his pocket. Keep going. He had, and it had led him home. The next morning, Marcus arrived at his office at 7. His assistant was already waiting with coffee and a confused expression. Sir, you seem different today. Different how? You smiled, twice. The staff is concerned. Marcus laughed. Actually laughed, a sound that surprised even himself. Cancel my afternoon meetings. Sir, all of them. I have somewhere to be. Where exactly? Marcus paused at his office door. Catching up on 8 years of lost time, he called Destiny at noon. Are you free this afternoon? For you, yes. Can I pick you up at 2? Where are we going? You will see. He arrived at exactly 2. She was waiting outside her apartment. Casual clothes, natural hair pulled back, no makeup, the most beautiful woman he had ever seen. She got in his car, a sleek black sedan that cost more than most people earned in years. Nice car. It is just transportation. Says the man worth $47 million. Says the woman who fed a homeless man for 4 months without asking anything in return. Destiny was quiet for a moment. Then she spoke. I never saw you as homeless, Marcus. I saw you as someone going through something. There is a difference. That difference saved my life. He drove them to Southwest Atlanta, stopped in front of a building with a large sign, the Destiny Williams Community Center. Destiny stared. What is this? He had built it 3 years ago, named it after her, hoping somehow that the name might help him find her. And now she was sitting beside him, seeing it for the first time. You built a community center, named it after me. I built several things and named them after you. The Destiny Williams Scholarship Fund, the Williams Family Housing Initiative, the DW Youth Empowerment Program. Her eyes filled with tears. Marcus, why did you not tell me last night? Because I wanted you to see it, to understand that you changed me, not just my circumstances. You changed who I am. They walked inside. The center was bustling. After-school programs in session, kids doing homework, learning music, playing basketball in the gym. A woman approached them. Mr. Calloway, we were not expecting you today. I wanted to show my friend what we have built here. Destiny could not stop staring. How many kids do you serve? The woman smiled. Currently 417, mostly from single-parent homes. We provide tutoring, meals, mentorship, job training for older youth. Free of charge, Marcus added. Funded entirely by my foundation. Destiny was crying openly now. She did not try to hide it. You did all of this. Thinking about you, I did all of this. Trying to be someone worthy of you. Marcus, you were always worthy. You were worthy when you had nothing. I did not feel worthy then. I know. That is why I kept feeding you. I was trying to show you what I already saw. They spent hours at the center. Destiny talked to the kids, played basketball with them, helped with homework. She was a natural. Of course she was. At 7, they finally left. Destiny was quiet in the car. What are you thinking? Marcus asked. I am thinking that I have been looking for you for 8 years, praying you were okay, praying you had found success. But I never imagined this. She turned to face him. You built an empire, Marcus. But more than that, you built a legacy of giving back. That is who I learned to be from you. Destiny laughed through her tears. I gave you chicken and rice. You gave me hope. Same thing sometimes. He took her to dinner, a small restaurant in the neighborhood. Not fancy, just good food and quiet conversation. Over plates of catfish and cornbread, they talked more, this time about harder things. Tell me about those first years, Destiny said, after you left. Marcus set down his fork. They were brutal. Charlotte was cold that first winter. Zara got sick. I could not afford a doctor, used home remedies, prayed she would survive. She did, but I almost did not. What do you mean? Marcus was quiet for a moment. Then he pulled up his sleeve, revealed a thin scar on his forearm. There was a night. Zara was sleeping in a shelter. I had been turned away because there was not enough room. I was standing on a bridge, thinking about how everything would be easier if I just... His voice broke. Then I reached in my pocket. Found that napkin you gave me. Keep going. That is when I decided to stop trying to survive. Start trying to live. Really live. Destiny reached across the table, took his hands. I did not know. How could you? But you saved me that night. Your words, your belief in me. She was crying. So was he. We are going to change so many lives together. Destiny whispered. Together. Marcus agreed. Together. The weeks that followed were a blur of reconnection. Dinners that lasted hours, long walks through the city, introducing Zara to the woman who had saved them both. Zara, now 12, studied Destiny with intense eyes. You are the lady who gave us food. I am. Daddy talks about you all the time. He does. He said you were the reason we survived. Destiny crouched down to Zara's level. Your daddy is the reason you survived. He never gave up. Not once. He was brave when it would have been easier to quit. Zara looked at her father, then back at Destiny. I think you are both heroes. Maybe. Or maybe we are just two people who refuse to stop believing good things could happen. Zara smiled. I like her, Daddy. Marcus laughed. Me too, sweetheart. Me too. Spring turned to summer. Marcus and Destiny fell into a rhythm, breakfast together most mornings, working their separate empires during the day, dinner together most evenings. They talked about everything: dreams, fears, the future. One evening on the roof of Marcus's building, looking out at the city lights, Destiny asked the question, "What do you want, Marcus? Really want? You?" She laughed. "Besides me, I want to build something that outlasts me. Something that helps kids who were like me. Kids who are invisible, who fall through the cracks, who think they do not matter. You are already doing that. I want to do more. I want to create a system, a foundation that catches every child before they fall. Housing, education, job training, mental health support, everything. That is ambitious. I know. I also know it is necessary. How many kids slip through the cracks every year? How many Marcus Callaways are out there right now, sitting outside buildings, hoping someone will see them?" Destiny was quiet. Then she spoke. "I want to help. I want my company to be part of this. Provide meals, train youth in food service, create pathways to employment." Marcus took her hands. Partners, in every sense, partners. They sealed it with a kiss, the first of many. 3 months into their rekindled relationship, Marcus asked Destiny to move in with him. Her apartment lease was ending. It made sense practically, but they both knew it was more than practical. The first night she stayed in his penthouse, Marcus found her on the balcony at 2 in the morning. Could not sleep. He asked. "Too quiet." She replied. "I am used to sirens and traffic. I can sell this place. Find something in the neighborhood. You would do that. For you, yes. This penthouse is beautiful, but it is just walls. You are home." She turned to face him. "No one has ever said anything like that to me. That is because no one has ever seen you the way I do." Marcus took her hands. "Destiny, I meant what I said 8 years ago. I told you I would come back when I could give you the life you deserve. And I am trying. I am trying every day to be worthy of you. You were always worthy. You did not need money to be worthy. I know that now. You taught me that. But I also wanted to build something, not for pride, for purpose. I wanted every dollar to represent another person helped, another life changed, another promise kept." Destiny kissed him softly. "You have done that, Marcus, more than anyone could imagine." He held her close. "There is more to do. I know. But tonight, just be here. With me." He led her back inside. For the first time in 8 years, neither of them felt alone. Fall arrived. Marcus formally merged his foundation with Destiny's employment initiative. They called it the Second Chance Collective. The mission was simple: catch people before they fell, provide housing, food, education, job training, and hope to anyone who needed it. Marcus contributed $20 million in initial funding. Destiny contributed her expertise, her network, her belief that everyone deserved dignity. They opened 3 new facilities in the first year: a job training center, a transitional housing complex, a youth development hub. Marcus hired people others would not hire: formerly incarcerated individuals, single mothers, people recovering from addiction, anyone willing to work. He paid them well, provided benefits, created opportunities for advancement. Within a year, the collective employed 200 people, served another 500 directly. The model was working. Media noticed. Atlanta Journal wrote a feature. From Homeless to Housing Hero, Marcus Callaway's Remarkable Journey. The article told his story: the job losses, the homelessness, the woman who fed him, the promise he made, the empire he built, and the love he found again after 8 years. Social media exploded. Hundreds of thousands of shares, comments from people all over the country. His story is my story. I needed to hear this today. There is hope. I am going to keep going. The hashtag keep going trended nationally. Destiny's company grew too. Legacy Catering became synonymous with second chances. They won contracts with major corporations, not because the food was good, it was, but because companies wanted to support the mission. 3 dozen employees became 50. 50 became 75. Each one had a story. Monique had left an abusive marriage with 3 kids and no job skills. Now she was a line cook, making good money, rebuilding her life. Darian had spent 6 years in prison, could not get hired anywhere. Destiny gave him a chance. Now he ran the prep kitchen, trained new employees, showed them what was possible. Camille had aged out of foster care with nothing, spent 2 years homeless. The collective found her housing. Legacy Catering taught her to cook. Now she was saving money for culinary school. Each story rippled outward, changed families, changed neighborhoods, changed the narrative of what was possible. One evening, Marcus found Destiny crying at her desk. She was reading messages from people the collective had helped. "What is wrong?" he asked. "Nothing is wrong." She wiped her eyes. "Everything is right. These messages, do you know what they say?" "Tell me." "They say thank you. They say we saved their lives. They say, because we believed in them, they started believing in themselves. Is that not what we wanted?" "Yes. But seeing it. Actually seeing the impact. It is overwhelming. In the best way." Marcus sat beside her. "You changed my life 8 years ago with a container of chicken." "Yes. And now look. Look at what that one act of kindness became. Hundreds of people helped. Maybe thousands before we are done. All because you stopped when everyone else walked by." Destiny took his hand. "I stopped because I saw a person. Not a problem. A person. That is all anyone wants. To be seen. And now we are seeing people every day, helping them see themselves." The holidays approached. Marcus planned something special. Zara was in on the secret, could barely contain her excitement. On Christmas Eve, they gathered at the community center. Hundreds of people from the neighborhood, families they had helped, employees, friends. The building was decorated with lights and garlands. A massive tree stood in the corner. Gifts underneath for every child. Marcus stood at the front of the room, Destiny beside him. Zara bouncing nearby. 8 years ago, he began. I was sitting outside a building, starving, wondering if my daughter and I would survive another night. A woman stopped. Her name was Destiny Williams. She did not give me money. She gave me something better. She gave me food. She gave me dignity. She gave me hope. The room was silent. Every eye on him. She fed me for 4 months. Every day. Never asked for anything in return. When I had to leave, I made her a promise. I told her I would come back when I could give her the life she deserved. He turned to face Destiny. 8 years later, I am back. And I understand now what I did not understand then. The life you deserve is not about money or success or anything I could buy you. The life you deserve is one where you are loved. Completely. Unconditionally. Forever. He dropped to one knee. Pulled out a small velvet box. Destiny Williams. You saw me when I was invisible. You fed me when I was starving. You believed in me when I had nothing. Will you let me spend the rest of my life trying to be worthy of you? Will you marry me? The room held its breath. Destiny was crying, smiling, shaking. Yes. The word burst out of her. Yes, 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 1,000 times yes. Marcus slid the ring onto her finger, a simple gold band with a single diamond. Nothing flashy, just beautiful. Like her. The room erupted. Cheers, applause, tears. Zara ran forward and hugged them both. We are going to be a family, she said. We already are, sweetheart, Destiny whispered. We already are. The wedding was held 6 months later, at Lincoln Community Center, the one Marcus had built and named for Destiny. 300 guests, not society people, real people, neighbors, employees, people they had helped. Marcus wore a simple suit. Destiny wore a dress she had designed herself, white with gold accents, natural hair crowned with flowers. She walked down the aisle on her own, no one to give her away. She was giving herself. The ceremony was short, the vows were long. Marcus spoke first. Destiny, when I was at my lowest, you lifted me up. When I was invisible, you saw me. When I was hungry, you fed me. When I was hopeless, you gave me a reason to believe. I do not know what I did to deserve you, but I know what I will do to keep you. I will spend every day of my life making sure you know how loved you are, how valued you are, how perfect you are exactly as you are. I promise to be your partner, your protector, your home, today, tomorrow, forever. Destiny responded. Marcus, 8 years ago, I met a man who was struggling. But I did not see struggle. I saw strength. I saw determination. I saw a father who would do anything for his child. I gave you food, yes, but you gave me something more precious. You showed me that hope is never wasted, that kindness always returns, that love finds its way home. I promise to walk beside you, to build with you, to dream with you, to love you through every storm and every sunrise. Today, tomorrow, forever. They kissed. The room erupted. Zara stood beside them, beaming. Finally. The years that followed were full. The Second Chance Collective grew into a national model. 17 cities adopted their framework. Thousands of families helped. Hundreds of millions in combined impact. Marcus and Destiny worked side by side. Different strengths, same mission, same heart. They had 2 more children, Marcus Jr. and Grace. Named for the grandmother who taught Destiny that kindness was the only currency that mattered. Zara grew into a remarkable young woman, studied social work in college, came back to run the youth programs at the community center, following in footsteps she had walked since childhood. The community center expanded, new buildings, new programs, new lives changed. Every wall had photographs, success stories, families who had found their footing, young people who had defied the odds. One photograph held a place of honor in Marcus's office, a faded image of a younger version of himself, sitting outside a building, holding a container of food, looking up at a woman with kind eyes. The caption read simply, "Where it all began." On their 10th wedding anniversary, Marcus and Destiny returned to that spot. The original building had been renovated, transformed into the headquarters for Legacy Catering. But the entrance still looked the same. Marcus sat down on the concrete, just like he had 20 years ago. Destiny sat beside him. "We have come so far," she said, "and yet here we are, right where we started, full circle." He reached for her hand. "Do you ever think about what would have happened if you had not stopped that day?" "No, because I know I would have stopped." "It was not a choice, Marcus. It was instinct. Something in me saw something in you." She leaned her head on his shoulder, her head on his. "I think we were always meant to find each other." "I think so too." They sat in comfortable silence, city noise around them, lives moving past. But in that moment, it was just the 2 of them. Where it started, where it continued, where it would always be. "I love you," Marcus whispered. "I love you too, forever, forever." That evening, they hosted a gala at the community center, 20 years of impact. The room overflowed, city officials, business leaders, but more importantly, the people whose lives had been changed. Marcus stood at the podium. 20 years ago, I sat outside a building with my daughter, hungry, hopeless, invisible. A woman stopped. She did not give me charity. She gave me dignity. She saw the man I could become before I could see it myself. Everything I have built, every life we have touched, started with that moment, started with her. He looked at Destiny, sitting in the front row, tears streaming, Zara beside her, Marcus Jr. and Grace on her lap. 20 years later, we have helped over 15,000 people, built affordable housing for 3,000 families, created jobs for 800 individuals, provided scholarships for 600 students. The numbers matter. They prove the model works. But what matters more are the stories behind the numbers. The mother who got a job and got custody of her children back. The young man who found purpose and left gang life behind. The teenager who aged out of foster care and found a home. The family who stopped being homeless and started being hopeful. He paused. Every one of those stories started the same way. Someone saw them. Someone believed in them. Someone gave them a chance. That is all any of us need. The room erupted in applause. Destiny walked to the stage, took his hand. They stood together. Partners, spouses, builders, but above all, believers in the power of second chances. After the gala, they walked home through the neighborhood, streets they had transformed, buildings they had rebuilt, lives they had changed. "Tell me something," Destiny said. "Anything. If you could go back and change anything, would you?" Marcus was quiet for a long moment. "No. But you suffered so much, those first years, the hunger, the cold, the fear, I know. And I would live through it all again. Every hard moment, every sleepless night, every time I wanted to give up. Why? Because it led me here, to you, to Zara, to our children, to the lives we have been able to change. The pain had purpose. Maybe. Definitely. You taught me that purpose, Destiny. You showed me that what we go through can become what we give back." They stopped walking, stood in the middle of a quiet street, moonlight washing over them. "I do not regret anything," he said. "Not a single moment, because every moment brought me closer to this." She kissed him softly. Same. Same forever. The next morning, Marcus woke early, made coffee, sat on the balcony of their home, a modest place in the neighborhood. Nothing like the penthouse he once owned. So much better. Destiny found him there. Could not sleep. She asked. Did not want to miss the sunrise. She sat beside him. The city was waking up, orange and pink painting the sky. Marcus reached into his pocket, pulled out a worn piece of paper. The napkin. Still intact. Barely. "Keep going. You still have that. I will always have it." She took his hand. "We kept going. We did. And now we help others keep going too. That is the best legacy there is." Destiny leaned against him. The sunrise continued. Birds sang. The city hummed. And two people who had found each other, lost each other, and found each other again, sat together in the quiet dawn. Home. Finally. Forever. They did not know it then, but their story would inspire countless others. Books would be written, documentaries filmed. The Second Chance Collective would become a national movement. 23 cities, 47,000 people helped. $1 billion in combined impact over 20 years. But the numbers never mattered to Marcus and Destiny. What mattered were the moments. The first time a young person they helped graduated from college. The moment a family moved into stable housing. The day a formerly homeless individual opened their own business. Each story was a ripple from that single moment. A woman stopping, a container of food, 2 words on a napkin. Keep going. Sometimes the smallest acts create the largest waves. Sometimes a meal becomes a movement. Sometimes a promise becomes forever. And sometimes the person who saves you becomes the person you love for the rest of your life. Marcus Calloway learned that lesson 20 years ago. He spent every day since proving it true. And if you are reading this, and you are struggling, if you feel invisible, if you feel hopeless, if you wonder whether anyone sees you or cares, know this. Someone does. Someone will. Keep going. Your destiny is coming.